Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates.
Kiran, I must start by saying that you look well and good, and I hope you are. How many days have you been battling COVID? And share with our viewers a little bit of what that battle was like and what you did to fight it.
So, Barkha, thankfully, I've put COVID behind me because it's been 15 days since I battled with this disease, but it was a very mild experience, I must add. And I'm now COVID-free because I just tested negative yesterday.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I would say that, my experience has been that, it's important to test the moment you feel any mild symptoms. I don't think anyone should wait for the symptoms to worsen, because I think by treating early, it is a very, very mild disease. And I think this is where I really want to make some comments.
Yeah.
The COVID crisis can easily be managed if only we really use science and we use some common sense in our scientific rationale. For instance, I think most of the mortality is being caused because people are in denial, people are not testing early, and they're testing when it's a bit too late. And therefore, when I've spoken to a lot of the doctors in hospitals who are treating patients, they all tell me that yes, these patients are presenting at a much later stage in the disease when, the cytokine storm has broken out.
Yeah.
And especially a lot of people with comorbidities are presenting themselves very late. And that is what is actually causing these complications, severity, and mortality. So I personally believe if we really focus on testing early and treating early, we will eliminate the mortality altogether.
How soon did you test? Did you test right away after you got fever? Did you wait a couple of days?
Absolutely. The day I felt feverish, I felt feverish one night. And the next morning, I didn't feel too much better. So I immediately decided to test. Okay. If I had waited, like a lot of my friends have done and whom I've been talking to, who basically were in denial saying, no, we don't have COVID. No, let's wait for a couple of days.
Yeah.
I've seen many of them worsen and end up in hospital. In my case, I was home quarantined because I had tested early. My viral load was not very high and my symptoms were very moderate. So I felt, okay, I could manage it at home because my oxygen, my breathing, everything was normal.
Yeah.
And then, of course, being a scientist, I tracked my inflammatory markers and what have you. Yeah. And it was not at all difficult. And, the doctors who I was consulting with were excellent. So they
what did they treat you with? What did they treat you with?
Well, all I did was, because I was at home, I took an antiviral, which was favipiravir. Of course, I was before COVID, at the early stages of COVID, and anyway, before that, I was always on a course of vitamin C and vitamin D and baby aspirin and what have you. So I was taking all these medications, and as I said, I'm a big believer in Chyawanprash.
Okay.
So I had.
So that helped you.
It's not that. It's just that I am a very active person. I keep myself fit. I do yoga. I do gymming. So I think all that has helped in helping me kind of fight off this virus. But having said that, I still feel that anybody who tests early and is treated early has a very mild experience.
And in your case, you were worried about your mother, who I think is 89, a cancer survivor, your husband, who's a cancer patient, also in his 70s. Obviously, that was a big concern. So what did you do? You isolated completely from them?
Yeah, I was completely self-isolated. Fortunately, I have a large enough home where I don't come anywhere close to my mother or my husband.
Yeah.
So I just isolated myself for 2 weeks. And I think and then during that time, of course, I did have my husband and my mother and my staff tested.
Yeah.
They were all negative twice over. So then I knew that I had completely, quarantined myself away from all of them.